Welcome to the next topic. This is going to be special. This strategy helped me on my last diet to maintain my strength over the whole cut. Of course, I wasn't on a actually prep, so I didn't step on a stage with 5% body fat or even a bit less. But it helped me a lot for my last cut to maintain strength and other things. So we are going to talk about moderate diet breaks. This is a smart strategy for long-term success. Let's go. So, what is a diet break? It's not a refeed, it's completely different. So a diet break is a temporary increase in calorie intake during a diet, typically lasting 7-14 days. Unlike refeeds, which last 1 to 3 days, diet breaks provide a longer recovery period. Primary goal is to reduce diet fatigue while maintaining long-term adherence. So as you can read, the main goal is to reduce diet fatigue. Here are the key considerations. So the weekly calorie intake remains constant, which means we stop for a while with the deficit. If you increase intake on certain days, you must compensate by lowering intake on other days to maintain the deficit. So in this case, some people can use to calculate it within weeks, but if you choose like a diet break more often, and you're going on prep or you're going on a specific date where you have to be in shape, then you should plan with a longer time span if you also implement this to maintain the same deficit. So the last point is from my other presentation, but you can also use this strategically to boost performance, regulate hormones, and improve diet adherence. So this is also a benefit of a diet break. Here is the key guideline for your diet break. So carbs are primarily increased to restore your energy levels. The monthly calorie intake remains unchanged to maintain a consistent fat loss. If you have to be in shape on a certain day or on a certain date, you also need to adjust your deficit. To offset diet breaks, your daily calorie deficit on regular diet days should be 25% higher than usual to maintain the same fat loss rate. For example, option 1, maintain a steady 500 calorie daily deficit, or you choose option 2, increase the daily deficit to 625 calories, then take a maintenance level diet break every 5 weeks. Both options lead to the same total fat loss because you have the same calorie deficit over this period of time. So here's a question: why should you implement a diet break? Firstly, reducing diet fatigue. It's similar to a deload week in training. A diet break allows for physiological and psychological recovery. A structured diet break can prevent burnout, excessive hunger, and metabolic slowdown. So you can have a lot of benefits from it, but we don't stop here. Second part why you can implement this: you can do this for your performance, and you can do this also for recovery benefits. Full glycogen stores can also lead to improved performance and better muscle retention. It can also lead to a hormonal reset. It reduces stress hormones and supports metabolic function. It can also lead to an improved satiety, so it can reduce hunger and making the diet more sustainable for a lot of people out there. And on the third step, you can combine your diet breaks with deload. So pairing a diet break with a deload week. So on a deload week, you have lower training volume and intensity. So this can enhance recovery and muscle preservation. So if you combine these two things, you can avoid the negative impact of a calorie deficit during a low stress training phase. So when you're on a diet, you have to make sure that you hit the target to maintain your muscles. And when you have a normal deficit during a deload, it can be the case that you lose easily more muscles. How can a diet break impact fat loss? A diet break can partially reverse negative metabolic adaptations, which means you have a higher calorie expenditure, your body burns more calories at rest. You will have less hunger and better appetite control, which also makes your future dieting easier. You will have reduced stress hormones, which is also going to lead that you have decreasing muscle breakdowns, and it also improves your well-being, so it's very good. We have here a fatigue comparison. A standard diet without breaks accumulates more exhaustion over time. With diet break, exhaustion is periodically reduced, making the overall dieting experience easier and more sustainable. The end result, you will have the same weight loss, but less stress, better consistency, and improved performance. So you can read it by yourself. If you implement diet breaks, your overall diet is going to be in the most cases better. Here's how you can use a diet break. Here's a recommended timing. Every 4 to 8 weeks based on these things. Your rate of weight loss. If you're losing weight too quickly, a break can prevent muscle loss. Also on your fatigue levels. If training feels harder than usual, you might benefit from a break. Plateaus. If fat loss slows despite adherence, a diet break could help reset metabolism, and here's how you can implement this. First, you increase your calorie intake to maintain or slightly above using carbs. So if you're going to your maintenance calories or slightly above, you just increase the calories by adding more carbs. The second step is monitor weight fluctuations. So some temporary weight gain may occur due to glycogen replenishment. Of course, on these weeks where you eat like more calories or on maintaining calories, it can be the case that your glycogen starts getting fuller again, and you can also gain some water. But this isn't bad because you will still lose the same amount of weight and fat if you eat the calculated deficit on your diet days. On the third step, you resume your deficit after the break. Your body will likely respond more effectively post break. So we have here also a comparison of diet breaks versus refills, and you can choose which one is better for you. So we have here the factor. We have here the diet breaks, which is mostly like 7 to 14 days, and the short refeeds. They are going to be mostly 1 to 3 days per week. As I told you, duration 1 to 2 weeks, and the refeeds 1 to 3 days. On a diet break, the calorie intake is mostly on maintenance, or you go also on a slight surplus. On a refeed, you only go to maintenance, so not on a surplus. The focus on a diet break is a metabolic reset and fatigue reduction. The goal of refeeds are glycogen replenishment and your training performance. So refeeds aren't there to reduce fatigue, but it's more for your training performance and for your glycogen replenishment. So diet breaks are best for the long-term adherence, minimizing diet fatigue, and the refeeds are best for short-term energy boost and your workout recovery. It can also have training impacts, like your diet break can lead to better recovery and muscle retention, and a refeed can lead to higher energy for intense sessions. Here are the key takeaways for your diet break. A diet break is a short pause, which is mostly 7 to 14 days, 1 or 2 weeks, in a calorie deficit. So it's a short pause from a calorie deficit. It helps to restore energy, reduce fatigue, and maintain your muscle mass. Plan a diet break every 4 to 8 weeks for long-term adherence. Use primarily carbs to increase calories while keeping protein and fats stable, which is sure you can expect slight weight fluctuations due to glycogen replenishment, but not actual fat gain. So if your weight increases over this week, don't worry about it. It's not fat. It's just glycogen replenishment After that, you will lose even better body fat. So guys, I highly can recommend this by myself. I also do this when I go on a cut to combine my deloads with refeeds, and you can do this too. You can also share your experiences, your questions, and your opinions about refeeds. Otherwise, guys, stay disciplined, help other people, and we will see us in the next episode.